You might have seen the headlines lately. The United States and Nigeria are suddenly not What started as talk about human rights just turned into something way more serious. There's a real tension building, and even talk of possible U.S. military involvement. Yeah, you heard that right. So here's what's actually going on. The U.S. government, under Donald Trump, has officially labeled Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a heavy diplomatic tag. It basically means Washington believes Nigeria is failing to protect religious freedom, especially when it comes to attacks on Christians. In the north, the U.S. says too many people have been killed by extremist groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP, and the Nigerian government isn't doing enough to stop it. But the situation exploded after Trump himself spoke. He went on record warning that the U.S. could use troops or airstrikes to prevent the killing of Christians. That one line flipped everything, because once a sitting U.S. president starts talking about possible strikes, you're not just in human rights talk territory anymore. You're in threat territory. Nigeria's government didn't waste time firing back. They called the U.S. claims false and said America's information is faulty and politically motivated. Officials also made one thing very clear. Nigeria will accept help only if it fully respects its sovereignty. That's diplomatic speak for, don't step foot on our soil without permission. Here's the tricky part. The violence in Nigeria isn't one-sided. Yes, Christians have been attacked, but Muslims have been targeted too. It's a mix of terrorism, banditry, and ethnic conflict that's been building for years. So Nigeria feels like Washington is oversimplifying a complex crisis and using religion as a political weapon. Now, inside the Pentagon, there's talk about reviewing options. But let's be real, that doesn't mean jets are warming up. It's more about pressure, making noise, and trying to push Abuja into acting faster against extremist groups. Still, even hinting at military action sets off alarms. Not just in Nigeria, but across Africa. A lot of African analysts are warning this could blow up into a major diplomatic standoff. If the U.S. tries to strong-arm Nigeria, it could drive the country closer to China or Russia, both of whom are already saying Washington is overstepping again. And if that happens, it won't just be about religion. It'll be another global power tug-of-war over Africa's influence, oil, and security partnerships. So yeah, right now it's all words, but they're dangerous words. The U.S. is playing the moral defender card. Nigeria's playing the respect our sovereignty card. And in between are millions of people who just want the violence to stop without their country becoming the next front in someone else's geopolitical game. If this tension keeps rising, we could be watching the start of a new chapter in U.S.-Africa relations. One built not on aid or cooperation, but on threats and resistance. What do you think? Is America justified for stepping in? Or is this another case of the U.S. trying to police the world? Drop your take in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-world breakdowns like this.